Okay, everybody, we're back again. I tried to do one of these experiences a couple of days ago, and the camera batteries died. I then put another battery in, and that one also died, which was funny. Well, weird. Then the next day I couldn't do another video because next door is busy getting the bathroom done. And so there was the banging and the drilling and the drilling and the banging and the last thing I wanted was for you people to think that there were devils all over the place, making this place really rather noisy. The energy in question we were trying to take a look at that time was this one particular card here, from, of course, the Occult Tarot, which is the one we're using during this particular part of the scary season for no particular reason apart from to have fun, because we tend to do our heretical witchcraft and demonology predominantly for fun and recreation, don't we? Right. And that's why you're here. This is, of course, the run-up to the Halloween season, and that's why we've got the talking board here, and we're just going to see whether we can use an ideomotor experience for the purposes of like making some kind of connection to the ideas present within the set of symbols that we're using. This particular experiment can be done with any set of symbols, any other variety of tarot card, numbers, colours, runes, even, I don't know, physical objects which might contain personal meaning to a person for whatever reason. No, nothing to say that you couldn't actually use a ideomotor device like this, even with things like psychometry. But we're using this in a traditional, well, almost semi-traditional kind of a way because of the nature of the season. Andromalius is the name of our demon today. According to this particular card, he connects with the meaning of the Seven of Swords of the Tarot. Got all his sigils and seals and all the rest of it at the bottom of the card there. Lovely bit of woodcut, almost type imagery there, holding onto the healing staffs with the serpents on them. Find it rather interesting that this is a winged being with mercurial staves, or staves, and has two of them. I find it also rather interesting that it doesn't seem necessarily all that evil and corrupted and twisted, whereas some of the other demons here that you might see within the woodcuts or the drawings of the time could in fact look a bit nightmarish or hideous or slightly cartoony in a rather disgusting way. So he's drawn to look normal, or relatively normal, apart from, of course, the crown and the staves and the wings and all that nakedness and all that stuff. But it's not a grotesque animal. It says here, returns items and punishes thieves and reveals hidden treasures. Okay? So, sounds like quite a useful person. So let's have a quick look. Andromalius, are you present? Are you here? Yes. Okay, for all of you in the studio audience out there at the moment who is watching patiently and seeing what happens. The kind of presence I'm getting at the moment is rather nondescript. I'm not picking up or feeling or seeing any particular strong specific emotions or characteristics. There is a sense of a presence. It's not a presence which is like me, but it's not a presence which is unlike me either. It feels to me as though Andromalius could possibly be a consciousness which attaches itself to you and feeds you information. That's just a theory I've got. I don't know. He neither seems good nor does he seem negative. Andromalius, do you have the best intentions of the magician at hand and at heart? A B M-A-B. That doesn't make any sense. Do you have the best intentions of the magician at heart? Okay. I N D A. That's a rather nondescript word, but never mind, we accept what we're given as being the answer. Andromalius. How do you reveal hidden treasures? S H O W T H E U N O T I C E D. Show the unnoticed. So do you take an attitude similar to that? There is information out there which can be achieved, it's just that humans aren't very good at noticing the things which will start them thinking in the right direction. Yes. Okay, well, thank you very much for your presence. I'm not quite sure what else I can ask you or should ask you. Let there be peace between you and me for all time. Okay. Alright, now back to talking to you, the audience. I don't know what you made of that statement, or indeed made of Andromalius. If you know more about the history of Andromalius, you know more about what's, the various doctrines and mythologies about him, then please let me know in the comment section, because I'm curious, and maybe it will connect to the meaning of what came out on the board today. Maybe it won't, we don't know. All I can say is that the consciousness experience of dealing with this particular entity, and indeed all the ones we've played with so far, has been quite interesting, because it does feel as though there is a presence with you, or a presence behind you, or indeed a presence possibly slightly above you. And there are some strange feelings you can get or suddenly appear in the mind. Now, obviously, from a skeptical point of view, this is all self-hypnosis, it's all, psychology, this is definitely an idiomotor device. But on the other hand, sometimes things happen which lead you to think that maybe there's something else going on there. And I'm not going to say too much more on the subjects, because for you to understand this, you've got to experience it, you've got to learn it, and you've got to experiment for a long enough period of time. I mean, I often think people are a bit silly when they get a board and they try it just once, and well, it didn't work, Well, actually, that's because you haven't learned how to use it. I mean, if someone bought you a Stradivarius violin, and you didn't do your violin lessons, you wouldn't be able to do much more apart from to scratch your instruments until it screams. That came out a bit worse than it should have done. But never mind. Anyway, if you've got any ideas and thoughts and feelings as to various videos you'd like to see me do, make a note of it in the comment section, not because I'm necessarily going to do precisely what you tell me, but because it gives me information and inspiration as to the kind of things which you people enjoy. Let me know more about what kind of things you want to see after Halloween. Do you want us to go into the world of goodness, truth and light, or are we going to explore the runes from a Ouija boards type experience? What would you prefer? Are we going to go a bit more traditional in a different way? Whoops, let's see if we can get this out. And we can get out various different ornaments for even more dark and spooky fun. What is it you want to see here? To a certain degree, with you being my audience, I am working for you, okay? And if you want me to be working for you even more, then there's obviously the super thanks button, which you can click upon and make a small donation to help out a poor low little fortune teller during this particular period in history, and then everything will be very nice for me, and it will give me motivation to carry on making more and more content for you, and to think more about what content you're actually requiring from me at this present point in time. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, don't forget to rate with a thumbs up, because all that stuff is nice and fun and sweet and positive and spreads life and love and sends positive intentionality through the astral levels, or something along those lines. Okay, I can't justify that, but it's nice. And I will look forward to speaking to you soon for another delightful video when we'll be delving into the depths of evil and sick and twistedness for all to see. And so much things. Well.